Oh, you're getting a good return on your investment. You know it.
All right, here goes nothing.
Come on.
We're under attack!
Attack!
We're under attack!
I think I came prepared.
Get ready.
Finally, we
go.
Some action.
So it must be.
Just what I needed.
Take them out!
Think I came prepared.
One step closer to victory.
We're under attack!
Oh, you'll get a good return on your investment. Finally, some action.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll keep the bastards off you.
Building completed.
What do you want?
General?
Out of the way.
Brothers. Your will shall be done. Understood. We will do as you say. Brothers,
Just give the word.
work to be done.
Yes. Come here. General, our research has yielded a new technology.
Yes?
Just what I needed.
No one lives forever.
Fair enough.
It must
Let's
be
do
done.
this.
Come on. Finally, some action. You can do. Pathetic. you're getting a good return on your investment.
Where do you need me?
Good thing I came prepared.
Consider it done.
Just what I needed.
Let me quick!
Is that the best you can do? You're getting a good return on your investment.
Get ready. All right, here goes nothing.
I'm here. Damn it! Healing now! Damn it! Healing now! One step closer to victory.
The outpost is built, General. We've expanded our borders.
Throwing your life away.
Really?
Your will shall be done. Brothers,
Building completed.
Make it good.
We're under attack!
Go ahead. Yes?
Time to reap.
What do you need?
Building completed.
Where are we going?
Lead on then.
Building completed.
your will shall be done. Brothers, get ready. There's work to be done. Understood. We will do as you say.
What is it?
Brothers.
Try to keep up.
Building completed. Building completed.
Finally, some action!
They're fools to challenge us.
All right, here goes nothing.
I'll keep the bastards off you.
You got it.
So it must be.
Ah, good idea.
The outpost is built, General. We've expanded our borders.
I'm here? Sure.
What's the latest?
What do we have here?
Yes.
Good thing I came prepared.
That smell.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Building completed.
Sure.
This is it.
I need help over here.
We're under attack.
Understood. We will do as you say.
This way.
Your will shall be done. Brothers, get ready. Understood. We will do as you say. Brothers, get ready. There's work to be done. Your will shall be done.
Yes?
Brothers, get ready. There's what?
That way?
Building completed.
Ready.
I'm listening.
Oh, you'll get a good return on your investment.
This ends now!
Here we go.
Building completed.
Throwing your life away.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Move in.
Finally, some action.
All right, here goes nothing.
It must be done.
No one lives forever.
That was all of them. Where's the masked woman?
Gone. Probably with that horde she used to steal the souls.
Damn it. It shouldn't have happened.
I agree. But at least we now know what we're up against. And we did what we came here for. To gain information. There's a group of rogue sleepers stealing people's souls and feeding it into that device. For whatever purpose.
That's an awfully small amount of information for a lot of lives.
Is it? Information is the first step to defeating an enemy. We'll cross paths with the masked woman and her sleepers again, and next time she won't get away that easily. You can count on it.
We still haven't found evidence that any of this is connected to the God of Light, though.
No evidence, but hints. You remember what that village fool Samsa said?
That the masked woman said feed the light before she raised that crystal to siphon them.
Correct. It might have been some strange metaphor. But what if that's what the sleepers are actually doing? Feeding the souls to the God of Light. There is a connection. We just have to figure out the specifics.
If these sleepers were also behind the disappearances Tahar investigated, they were probably also behind Tahar's death, weren't they?
Very likely so.
I'll make sure to ask that masked lady nicely next time we meet her.
Well, then let's head back to Greyfell and tell the Queen about this. There's lots to be done, and we can't afford to waste time.
What do you want? Lyria? I've been wondering. Do you ever feel a sense of estrangement? A feeling as though you don't belong anywhere?
Do you mind if we discuss this later?
Of course. Really? Lead on then.
You cast one last look over your shoulder as you leave the Lorrainian swamp behind you. As though touched by the hands of a corpse, an icy cold crawls down your neck. The Horde, the God of Light, it's evident that they are connected. But how? For the first time in weeks, the sun breaks through the cloud-covered sky. You turn your horse around to catch up with your soldiers. At night, you lay...
Well then, the Queen will want to report.
I see. I had hoped for a different outcome. But you once again made the best out of a hopeless situation. Which is why it is time to make this official.
You mean...
Yes, General Arev. You proved yourself worthy. I hereby pronounce you General of the Wolf Guard. I trust you will lead your soldiers as well as you have done before. A lot depends on it.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I will do my best.
Good. Now, back to the task at hand. Thanks to the Wolf Guard's efforts, we now know that there is a dangerous political movement in Windholm, led by a dwarven priest named Arrakis. Furthermore, the soul vanishing Skadar observed is real, and it's a group of rogue dark elves, led by a masked woman, who are responsible for it. And there are hints that it's connected to the God of Light. This means that there are 3 questions we need to find answers to. 1. Who are those sleepers? 2. Who or what exactly is the God of Light, and how does it plan to enter our world? We hardly know anything about it. And 3. How do we deal with High Hierophant Arrakis and his movement? The last thing we need when facing an ancient god is an empire of crazed dwarves.
Your Majesty, regarding Tahar...
I know. You think those sleepers behind the Soul Harvest are responsible for his death?
It's very likely. Tahar was examining the disappearance of a village when the ambush happened. And, judging by a conversation I had with the Mortician, the wounds match the swords of a sleeper.
So it wasn't X-Purity after all?
Probably not.
Well, we shall know for sure once we identify the sleepers and bring them to justice. Another reason to see this through.
Absolutely.
Shouldn't the Royal Army take over now that we know what we're up against?
On the contrary, the Wolf Guard is best suited for any of these missions.
How so?
Because I want to see these matters dealt with as swiftly as possible. Mobilizing the Royal Army would mean a lot of discussions with the other noble houses, for which we lack the time, and I lack the patience.
So, you want to make all these questions Nortandra's responsibility?
What other choice do we have? Do not misunderstand, General Arev. I too would rather focus my efforts on rebuilding the country. But both the matter in Windholm and these masked dark elves pose a threat to our empire. And I will not stand by and hope someone else will take care of this for us.
Where should we start looking for clues regarding the rogue sleepers?
Well, the first step should be to contact Exalted Father's ambassadors, and...
No.
Excuse me?
Dark Elven governance is... complicated. Even if we were to send an emissary right now, it would take us moons to even get an answer.
Then what do you suggest?
We reach out to a contact of mine, the leader of the Black Company. He knows all the dark corners of the Dark Elven realm, and I'm sure he can dig up some information on those rogue sleepers as well. With your permission, I'll send a messenger and arrange a meeting in Calibrock.
You have it. General Arev, you will accompany Skadar and see if this mercenary lord has anything worthwhile to say.
Fair enough. Any ideas where we can find information on the God of Light?
Remember when I told you that I've been following a lead? Turned out this one wasn't a dead end. We already knew that many religions mentioned the God of Light, albeit under different names. There's one in particular, though, that sparked our interest. The Alyani.
The tribe indigenous to the Howling Steppes? How can they help us?
Well, unlike other religions, their entire faith revolves around the God of Light. It plays a pivotal role in their culture.
So you want to travel there and find out if they know anything worthwhile, correct?
I think it's worth a try.
Agreed. General Aref, you will travel to the Howling Steppes with a division of your best soldiers and find us some answers.
Understood. All right. And how do we stop Arrakis without starting a war?
With the help of someone who is on her way to Greykeep as we speak. We will confer once she is here.
Someone?
You shall see. It appears that we have a plan. The quicker we follow up on these matters, the better our chances of stopping the rock slide before it crashes down the slope. Good luck, and thank you for all your service. You have done well.
Tell me this is a joke, Ambassador. Tell me this is a bloody joke.
I'm afraid not, Commander.
I've served the crown for 30 years. 30 years! And now she discards me like an old pair of boots?
The caravan's safety was your responsibility. And by walking off with that recruit, you endangered all of us. I'm sorry. You were only 2 years from your retirement either way. And the incident will not impact your pension. The crown will not let you...
Go to hell!
General, is there anything I can help you with?
What are your thoughts on all this? The dwarves?
I wish I knew. Truth be told, in my experience, it's best if you don't think about these matters too much. Their causes, their implications. Instead, you should focus on what you can do about it. This is how I approach most aspects of life. Act, don't brood. Also, I fully trust Her Majesty, and since she has put her faith in you, I do the same.
I'm flattered. What was that about? Your argument with Commander Reinelt?
The Queen demoted him for his failure on the Golden Road. She basically sent him into early retirement.
That's harsh. Nobody could have foreseen that ambush.
I agree, but sauntering about the forest with that recruit, he was careless.
Has our dwarven ally arrived yet?
Not yet, but we have received word that she passed the Gates of Kings 2 days ago. In other words, she will arrive soon. If you'd be willing to wait, I could arrange a conclave right after she arrives.
All right, I'll wait.
Good.
Your Majesty?
Rhaera Hellstone, rise.
Your Majesty, it's an honor. I'll keep it brief. High Hierophant Arrakis has enemies in Windhome too. The Blackstone Rebels, which I lead together with my brother Malik. We are planning a coup, and we're hoping for the Crown's support.
Wait, Blackstone Rebels? Did you borrow that name?
From the uprising against King Rorik 15 years ago. Aye. So you know about our history?
No, but one of the Circle Mages, Iskrim, someone close to him died during the rebellion.
Many good men and women died. We chose this name in their honor.
So, not all the dwarves in Windhome support Arrakis.
Of course not. His ideology is a current that threatens to drag under everyone who doesn't fit the ideal. And even among those who do, there are many who oppose it, as they should. Since this talk of granite suns is by far the, pardon my language, Your Majesty, most damned idiotic thing I've heard in years.
And just how did you and your brother get to lead a rebellion?
We both have our reasons. Suffice it to say that Arrakis spits on everything we hold dear. And also, we're not leaders. We're the faces of hundreds who refuse to stand by and watch as this sodding lunatic steers our homeland into chaos.
Very noble of you.
And you are?
Wraith Skadar. He is assisting us in another matter.
I see. Well, Wraith Skadar, I don't claim to be a saint. If you don't trust me, fine, but I'm all you're getting.
If we doubted your intentions, you would not be here.
Good to hear.
Interesting. So instead of engaging directly, you want to support these rebels. Is that it, Your Majesty?
Yes.
How do you know if we can trust them?
We do not. But once again, it is our best option. We've already pushed our luck by recapturing Dracot, and we cannot intervene directly without risking another war.
Nobody wants another war. Look, General, I understand your reservations. But trust me, if it were up to me, I'd be on a ship to Zoo by now. I'm doing this because I have to. And I have no intention of staying once this scumbag is back where he belongs. In chains, and in the darkest pit the Windhome dungeons have to offer.
All right. What role do you see the Wolfguard playing in this?
Well, that's simple. We need an experienced soldier to help us with an operation. A heist. Right now, we are many, but lack the coin to become a force to be reckoned with. We intend to change that by borrowing some money and high-quality weapons from Windhome's treasuries. If you help us see this through, we will use this money to build up an army strong enough to take care of Arrakis and reinstate the prince. Also, we will lend the crown the Blackstone Rebels' forces to help you on that mission of yours. If you want us, that is.
You know about our mission? About the God of Light?
I was briefed, yes.
Why would you risk the lives of you and your men for that?
Dust and stones. You're looking for the fault in everything, aren't you? First of all, it's simply our end of the bargain. You help the rebellion, we help your mission. Secondly, if this God of Light is half as gruesome and dangerous as the rumours about that fight in the Hall of Justice say, only an idiot would sit in our hands while it tries to eat our world. Don't you think?
Do you think King Rorik's son is fit to lead Windwall? To my knowledge, his father didn't enjoy the best reputation, did he?
Right. Not to mention the fact that he murdered the original Blackstone rebels, whose name you borrowed.
That's true. But the prince is still a blank slate. It doesn't look like he takes after his father. And with the right guidance, we should be able to steer him in the right direction.
How do you plan on getting us into Windhome, though? Is there a side entrance?
Way better. Look.
Letter of passage? For Zverak Yor?
One of EO's most renowned architects. Aye, whom we've taken hostage. Arrakis hired him to help with the construction of his statue.
What statue?
You don't know? Arrakis has ordered the construction of a giant statue of Nihalf made of pure moon silver. A monument to Windhome's greatness, apparently.
Huh. So that's the symbol that dwarf in the Windwall outskirts was talking about.
Arrakis wants an Empyrean architect to design the statue. Am I the only one who sees the irony in that?
No, he sees it too. Which is why the letter also contains strict orders not to question its bearer too much.
That's convenient.
A statue made of pure moon silver. That's madness.
Arrakis in a nutshell.
You kidnapped the architect?
Aye, but don't worry. We simply took him somewhere where he won't mess up our plan. He's well cared for and will be released once the coup has been seen through.
An unrelated question, but did you notice any cases of people disappearing in Windwall? Or its outskirts?
No. This is about the God of Light, right?
Yes.
I see. Well, no, nothing yet. Though now you mention it, there has been talk of strange dark elves patrolling the border. That might be anything, though. Frankly, at this point, Windhome's biggest problem is Arrakis. And I hope it stays that way for now.
But I'm not Zverak Yor. How does this letter help us?
Says who? You spent years in Imperia, and you even have a slight accent. Windhome folk aren't particularly cosmopolitan, so they won't know the difference. You take the letter, show it to the gate guards, and they'll let you pass. No questions asked. Then we meet up with my brother, discuss the plan, and see it through together.
Excellent. General, make all the necessary preparations. Even if the mission succeeds, it will take the rebels a while to set the coup in motion. In other words, the sooner we get this done with, the better.
Understood.
General, is there anything I can help you with?
What's your story? How did you become Ambassador of the Realm?
Oh, well, it's not an exciting story if that's what you were hoping for. I'm the son of Jaros de Bros.
The de Breos? The Mayor of Greyfell?
Yes, my path was pretty much paved the moment my parents found out that I was gifted. A royal mage took me under his wing, and I joined the university when I was only 15 years old, where I studied the 5 languages, history, diplomacy, and magic. Since I wasn't an exceptional mage, but performed quite well in other disciplines, my father suggested that I pursue a career in politics, as he had done. That I did, and here I am, 13 years later, and Ambassador of the Queen.
"28 winters and Ambassador of the Queen. That's impressive.
Thank you. What about you? How did you join the military?
Well, my parents didn't come from much. I worked my way up.
And now you're here, General of the Wolf Guard. I admire that, General. I truly do. Either way, is there anything else I can assist you with?
So long.
Tiara's light, General.
Interesting.
General, what is it?
What are your thoughts on the mission?
My thoughts? Why?
Just wondering.
Well, what is there to say? The last thing this country needs right now is a war with crazy dwarves, or some ancient god swallowing it whole. Though I had hoped for a longer respite, to be honest. 2 years since the wars, and here we are again at the verge of yet another one.
We'll make sure it doesn't come to that.
Your words in Ellen's ear, General.
Couldn't the Queen call the other Circle Mages back to help with our mission?
She could, but I don't think that's wise.
Why not?
Because their missions are equally important. While our mission's purpose is to prevent catastrophe, theirs have to do with restoration. With, you know, making things better. Which is a welcome development, if you ask me. If the only thing the Crown does is prevent the world from falling apart rather than trying to cement its foundations, I doubt this era of peace will last.
How would you like to grab a drink?
A drink? Why? Do you need to discuss something?
No, I'd just like to get to know you better.
Oh? Well, sure, why not? I could use a breather. So, yeah, sure. Let's go. I know a good spot. No way! You're making this up, right?
No, that's what he said.
This potion shall grant you the virility of a bull.
Owen's reigns. Hard to believe that line would work on anyone. But then again, Empyreans are a funny folk. You know, as a child I always wanted to cross the Sea of Dreams. See all those exotic places the bards always sing about.
What stopped you?
Money, mostly. And now, responsibility. I'm a circle mage. I don't feel like one, and I'm not sure I'm doing a particularly good job at it, but still. I can't just turn tail because I feel like it, can I? People are counting on me.
Say you had crossed the Sea of Dreams. Where'd you have gone?
Kalea, maybe? Or Zhu. Ultimately, I don't think the place would have mattered. What I've always loved about the idea of traveling to a new country is that it would have been a fresh start. You know, turning the page, starting over.
I've been wanting to do that for a long time. Go someplace entirely different, far away from Imperia or Nortander.
Well, maybe you can do it when your generaling days are over. Who knows? Anyway, we digress.
Now that you mention it, I've been wondering, what made you stay after the Purity Wars were over?
Good question. Do you know the saying, if everybody would take care of himself, then everybody would be taken care of? That used to be me. But then during the Purity Wars, I came to realize that that's nonsense.
Why?
Because it completely ignores that there are positions of power. If you'd come across a woman being robbed by two highwaymen, you'd help her, right? You'd do it because she probably couldn't help herself, but you could. The more powerful we become, physically or in society, the more responsibility we have. It's easy to ignore that if you've never needed help from someone else. Or in my case, if you've hit rock bottom and fought your way up on your own. Because especially then you think, I didn't get any help, so why should others? But that's a fallacy. Just because you had it hard doesn't mean everybody else should.
What makes you think that you're doing a bad job as a circle mage?
Oh, I don't know. I just don't feel very authoritative, I guess. And honestly, those formal gowns? Ugh. Whenever I have to wear them for a conclave, I feel like a peacock. And don't get me started on the bodices. How some women wear these things voluntarily is beyond me. Then again, out of all the circle mages, I'm probably the best fit for these things. I mean, gore at a royal conclave? Uran? No thank you.
For what it's worth, I think you're doing a good job.
Thanks.
But you aren't planning on giving up your position anytime soon, are you?
No, of course not. But enough about me. What about you, General Arev? What drives you? Yeah, you're acting under orders, but I still can't help but feel that this mission is personal to you.
Well, I messed up badly back in Imperia, and this is my second chance. Not everybody gets those.
Wait, but you don't remember what happened that day, do you? How can you say you messed up then?
I lost my entire division, and the orcs butchered the town I was supposed to protect. Regardless of how it happened, I'd say that qualifies as messing up, wouldn't you?
I guess so. Anyway, I had a great time, but we've been talking for over an hour now. We should probably get back to the wolf chamber. I mean, we don't want there to be any gossip, do we?
I wouldn't mind.
Is that so? See you around, General. I'm glad you joined us.
Stay close. Something about a heist. I can take care of that. Keep it up. Over here.
Armors and shields, everything from copper daggers to moonsilver swords.
Hi, what you looking for? Oh, that'll do. You'll find just what you need. Well bargained.
Yes.
General.
I wanted to know more about you.
Me? Fancy that. Alright, what do you want to know?
Are you from Windholm?
Aye, born and raised. Although I hadn't been back until a few months ago.
Why's that?
Well, I was busy, I guess. Seeing what else was out there. I ended up with some privateers out in the Sea of Dreams.
Where was Malik while you were adventuring?
He stayed in Windholm. Took a job as a labourer in the mines. I was only supposed to be gone a short while, but when it became clear I wouldn't be back, I asked him to join me. But he declined. Said he liked his feet on solid ground. We wrote letters, though. That was always my favourite part about returning to port. Finding a letter waiting for me about my brother's latest news.
You must have had a lot of adventures. Got any stories?
Aye, I do. Buy me a drink or three and maybe I'll tell you.
How does one end up with privateers?
I guess one thing led to the next. Malik and I owed a debt to some traders. They knew I was good with the blade, so I served as a bodyguard on their expedition.
And they turned out to be privateers?
No, it turned out they owed the privateers a debt. And when some bloody wolves tore our camp and the traders to bits, Captain Tairson stuck me with the debt. So I served on her ship.
That's awful.
I hated it at first. Why should I have to settle someone else's debt? After a while, though, I realised I actually enjoyed it. Being out there with only blue above and blue below, chasing sea rats like hounds on a hunt, it was freedom. The crew accepted me as their own.
Then, how did you come back?
I got a letter from Malik about what was happening in Windholm. I told the captain. She paid out my cut and bid me good tides.
Do you miss it?
Aye, I do. Once this business is taken care of, I plan to rejoin them. Maybe finally drag Malik along too.
So, you're a pirate?
Dust and stones, no. More like a pirate chaser. We were contracted by some minor Northander lords to protect their merchant vessels. Drove off a lot of sea thieves.
Do you have any other family in Windholm? Parents?
It's always just been me and Malik. We jumped around in the streets for a while before an orphanage took us in. The woman who ran it, she's the kindest person I know. She took in everyone, even though she had practically nothing to spare. And yet she's the kind of person Arrakis would sweep away. Not because of her character, but because of the haves and have-nots.
Sounds like you had a rough childhood.
Stones. It was rough. But you know, in a way I'm grateful. Having nothing makes you appreciate what little you do have. The people who work their arses off to survive, those are some of the strongest people I know. And it's how I know we're better than this Granite Sun's bullshit. A lot of us don't want this. We just have to empower ourselves to resist.
So, when you're not overthrowing tyrannies or traveling the world, do you spend time with anyone special?
Stones, I see where this is going.
No, General, there's no dear lad waiting for me somewhere.
Will you ever settle down?
I'd like to, someday. Just not right now.
That's all I wanted to know. See you later, Rara.
See ya.
If it isn't the puny paleskin. Yes?
I have to be going.
Yes, yes. Do as you please. Now, back to work.
Yes?
Farewell.
Good day, General.
Stay close.